Tires screeching. An unmarked van. But you only catch a glimpse. Just moments earlier. The sharp bang of a door. A muffled scream. Another neighbor. Gone. Swallowed up by the city. 10 o'clock focus time. Chasing Ethan. And you are listening to Tales from the Crypt.
I spent the early hours of that night across the river in Japantown. A vibrant place at night. Blinding neon. Debauchery and sin at every turn.
Back off. This doesn't concern you.
I knew you were lying.
Yeah. Always something going on down Jig Street. Hell. I don't even know what the function of this place is.
Really look like you could do with some,
The voice beside me beckons. No ma'am. I don't. What could I do with?
Sensei Amelia.
I would indeed purchase some sensei and later smoke it on the sidewalk. The sights and sounds of Jig Street began to blur as the night drew on.
The best meat in town.
I had about an hour to kill. Rita called me.
Keep your eyes open.
She asked me to drop by Lizzie's bar, so I tried to clear my head. Problem is, I had smoked some premium shit. And just as I was starting to sober up, I ran into another one of Jig Street's finest.
Forget the rest,
He said.
Try the good stuff.
I did indeed try the good stuff. It was so good, in fact, that I could only describe the driving experience that followed as euphoric.
Damn my tripping balls. What is that? Begone, goblin.
I reached Lizzie's bar and spoke to Rita. She wanted me to man the door for a little while. Keep an eye out for trouble. Shenanigans. Alright, she said. Stand here, then. And so, there, I stood. I was given a spare baseball bat. Rita took a break as I prepared for crowd control. Took a phone call from a new client. Yes sir, I would be interested. Someone has had too much to drink. I tell them please move along. They don't seem particularly fazed, so I provide a little visual persuasion. Sir and madam, if you would please vacate the area. I said please. Vacate. They swiftly departed. Baseball bat. Did not swing into anybody's balls. Not this time. Oh well. I'm not here to start any trouble. I had kept watch for a couple of hours and it was fast approaching 4 a.m. in the morning. The club inside was pumping.
Living it up in Night City. Get down and dirty and gritty. Cheerio, go steady. I've been real nice knowing ya. No games, no sales, revenge,
But I'd already done enough partying for one night. So I returned to Rita, had a little chat, and then said goodbye. It was time to hit the sack. Good night, Rita. Back at the safe house, an electrical panel was on the fritz. I hope it doesn't power anything important, but it would have to wait. Time to sleep. End of another week. Don't need to get up early. A bit of peace and quiet, for a few hours at least, before heading back out into the city. Saturday. Feeling refreshed after a good sleep. Got a few personal tasks to attend to. Denzel told me there was a car for sale near Megabuilding 12. Wanna follow that one up first. After all, I've been rolling around the city in his sister-in-law's van for too long now. Thankfully, I'd made a bit of scratch over the past few weeks. Won't be too long until I can move out of Northside. For now though, time to do what we do best. Hit the road. Hot town. Summer in the city. Back of my neck. Getting dirty and gritty. I pulled up underneath Megabuilding 12. Didn't see a car for sale on first inspection. Intriguing. I double-check Google to see if I have the right location of the car that is supposedly for sale. I do. However, I must have just missed them. The parking lot is empty. There is only a fat man here, stumbling around my van. Typical. Nada. I spoke to the cashier of the local clothes shop who tells me that the gentle chum who was selling the car had gone away for a week on business and to try back soon. Not to worry. I had a friend in the area, Mel, a former NCPD colleague who now worked in a Reprodoc clinic. She was an expert in cyberware. We would often share a bit of tech and intel. Always happy to drop off salvaged cyberware from Maelstrom and the like to her. And she might know where I can find a car for sale. Oh dear. I had not only damaged city property, but also Denzel's van. Better not do that again. Oops. I did it again. Night City's fire department won't be happy with me. I met Mel, who recommended I swing by Dakota Motors in the Badlands. After a short exchange, as always, she tried to coax me into the chair.
Ivor, you still think that?
Yes ma'am, I do.
Come on.
She can try all she likes. I have the same response today as I have every other day.
No! 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 Hell no! No!
When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there.
I was happy to be spending the day cruising around, passing by and ignorant to the mad panic coaster of city life outside. It was good of Mel to give me a lead. I owe her some half-decent tech. And of Dakota Motors, I remembered that the owner once used our detective services. Perhaps I could get a discount. Providing I arrived in one piece. Close call. Desert sun beating down now. Air is stifling hot. The roadside garage bustling with activity. I meet Dakota Smith, who agrees to put me on her waiting list for vehicles that are typically favored by the nomads. In return, she asks that I investigate the Biotechnica flats. I'm not entirely sure what she means, but says I'll find a small community out there with the answers.
Just like a prayer, your voice can take me there. Just like a muse to me, you are a mystery.
Traffic is moderate for the time of day. Another near miss. What an asshole.
Take me there. I'll take you there. It's like a dream to me.
It took an hour or so on the highway before the Biotechnica flats came into view. Well. Would you look at that? There had been no exit from the highway for a while. The van was getting thirsty. And so was I. Up ahead, a lone gas station. Perhaps someone here knew where to find the community I sought. I'm sure they see some things, some people come and go, some deeds for me to extract.
Can I get you some fuel, sir?
I asked the attendant for a full refill. Yes, please. Also, if he knew the whereabouts of the Biotechnica Flats community. Said he didn't know one, but I could ask the boss, who was indoors here, somewhere. I had a look around. Damn adverts playing loudly on the digital screens. A young lady named Tess working the cafeteria. I quickly noted the absence of any cyberware on her. So, someone I can trust. Tess, you've been very kind. Told me her boss was out back. But be careful, she said. Some of the people he speaks to are never seen again. Alrighty then. I make my way behind the counter and into a little back room. There's a man there, hunched over on a chair, cyber optic eyeball attached, belt of tools strapped around his waist. Gives me a funny look. Never did catch his name. With a metallic whir of his augmented eye, he looks me up and down. He starts to spill some deets. He tells me where to go and what to look out for. With information gathered, I pay the gas bill and return to the van.
Good day, sir.
It's late afternoon already. I should try to find this hidden community as quickly as possible. As quickly as I can, that is, without damaging Denzel's van. Back on the road. Preem. I had arrived in the southernmost region of Night City, the Biotechnica Flats. Tasked with finding a hidden community inside the facility grounds and to try to uncover its secrets. The facility was vast and wide. Many parts were inaccessible. The man at the garage had warned me about roadblocks and how to pass them. How to reach the community beyond. And sure enough, nestled in between the vast acreage of the protein farms, a dusty field with some dwellings, trailers, and trash. The strange sight of a chapel. A small choir echoing from within. And the mysterious presence of markers, monuments, Gravestones. Everywhere. It was a nomad burial ground, right in the middle of the vast facility. I made my way past the chapel and spoke to some of those who live here. Mentioned I was here at the behest of Dakota Smith. I was told to speak to the community cook. Oh, I didn't know that. We discussed food. He told me forthrightly about the meat produced within these protein farms. How 3.5% of its contents is an unknown or perhaps classified substance. The proof may be hard to find. I was led around the corner by another man.
They've been taking people for years. My brother. My sister, too. You don't know the half of it. One day the truth will out.
He explained where the 3.5% of unknown substance in meat product came from, and that his brother and sister were now, gruesomely, a part of that 3.5%. That they, and many others, had been kidnapped out of the wilderness, taken against their will to Sector 4 and ground down into processed meat. This community stood as a place of remembrance, to reflect, or perhaps as a beacon of hope, that someday their loved ones would return.
Listen to the pipes, Chew. You can hear them screaming. Still alive when they're being processed.
Not a pleasant thought. I was a little unnerved, to say the least. To suggest that Biotechnica were using bodies for their meat product was quite extreme. I got to wondering why Dakota Smith wanted me to look into this. The implications of such an accusation were very far-reaching, and this kind of conspiracy was well above my pay grade. I would, however, be able to follow up on the mysterious Sector 4 in my own time at a later date. Night was starting to fall. I didn't want to be out in the wilderness much longer. The streets of Watson were calling me home. Get a weird vibe out here. Just got told a spooky tale. Not sure why, it's got me so on edge. I'll not view the Biotechnica flats in the same way again. Still, that was some dark shit. Surely untrue. But would be a fool not to have a little listen whilst I'm out here. It could be a while before I'm able to return. I pulled the van over for 10 minutes or so. Heard large machinery groaning, metal clanking. Some gurgling overhead in the pipes. A few questionable sounds here and there, but nothing overly eerie. I'd certainly be surprised if any such scheme was quite so blatant. Nevertheless, for now, I would entertain the idea that Biotechnica were in some part processing bodies. Whether kidnapped, cloned, dead, or alive. I listened for the screams of victims being sucked through the pipes. I did not hear them. Perhaps they were being dumped in the vats. It all started to seem a little ridiculous. I saw and heard no evidence. What am I even doing? I got back in the van and head out. Most curious, but it felt like it was all a ruse. That they had simply been pulling my chain, yanking my crank. That there was no validity whatsoever to these claims. That I had been sent on a wild goose chase for reasons unknown. Quick check of the map and one last look at the Biotechnica flats. The distant horn. The sound of a tailing vehicle, a bang, and I'm hit in the rear end. Someone has sent some goons after me. I hear one shout.
You!
They try to run me off the road.
We know who you work for.
It isn't long before I'm surrounded.
You've been asking too many questions, but you'll never learn the truth. You'll be a part of it long before you do. Several parts, in fact.
I pushed the van to the limit. These guys were going to get someone killed. I need to get one of these vehicles to stop. Ask the occupant some questions. But this one got away.
So we got a warning for you from Bald Man Sonetti. Cross him again. He'll stick a gun up your rear end and blow your freaking eyeballs out. Capiche?
No. I did not. Capiche. What I did was put the pedal to the metal. Oh, shoot. Must have been 20 minutes later that I woke. Ears ringing. Head spinning. Ah damn. Now I'd done it. Denzel's sister-in-law's van was a mess, but salvageable. And I had lost my bearings, stranded out on the damn freeway. Somewhere. Reluctantly, I put in the call to Denzel.
What?
You're never going to believe this.
I knew it.
As we spoke over the phone, I gathered my personal belongings. The engine wouldn't start. Poor thing.
That's coming out of your paycheck. Well, how bad is it?
What do you mean?
What's the damage?
Oh, I would have to go with...
Total destruction!
God damn it, Hyper.
To say Denzel wasn't pleased would be an understatement.
You are marching over to my sister-in-law's house right now.
Sorry, there's some kind of interference on the line.
Oh, no, you don't.
You're breaking up.
Damn you, I bet.
The call mysteriously ended. One case that would never be solved. And so, the long trek back to Northside began. I genuinely felt bad for what I had done. I had not bought a car. I'll take 3. I had been run off the road by nomads. And Denzel was angry. There was really only one thing I could do now. Sensei.